Back in Year 3 of Destiny 2, with the launch of Shadowkeep, Bungie introduced the Seasonal Artefact. This addition to the build crafting system added a wide variety of mods and perks that could be paired with your builds or weapons to provide added bonuses and flavour to your loadout. The featured mods typically are thematic with the current season. Destiny 2 has a wide variety of armour and weapons available to build craft with. Adding this artifact, which would rotate every season, allows Bungie to keep the sandbox feeling fresh as well as experiment with ideas of mods without having to commit to a new exotic weapon or armour piece. In total, there have been 18 seasonal artifacts with accompanying mods, 19 once Episode Heresy releases. Most seasons have some unique mods that match with new perks that have been added to the weapon loot pool, but broadly they range from champion mods in column 1, weapon damage and effect mods in columns 2 to 4, along with some survivability mods, and column 5 has the strongest meta-defining mods for the season, or just ubiquitous perks like Solo Operative, which has been featured in the final season of the past 2 years, and personally I hope it returns for Episode Heresy. I've been thinking about the artifact recently and decided to make this video about it because there's something that has always bugged me about it, or rather, two things. Now don't get me wrong, I really like the seasonal artifacts in Destiny. I think Bungie's sandbox team does a great job with the mods they add and how well balanced they are, for the most part. My issues are more mechanical in nature. You see, back in Destiny 1, artifacts were introduced in the Taken King, and you had to level up your character in order to be able to equip them. They provided fairly standard bonuses by today's standards, like granting Orbs of Light on grenade or melee kills, and in Rise of Iron, the Iron Lord artifacts provided even stronger benefits, like foregoing your super energy to have double melee and grenade energy. Still not crazily strong by today's standards, but it marked a step further Bungie was willing to go to provide more variety for build crafting. Destiny 2 launched without artifacts, so when they were introduced alongside a season pass in Season of the Undying, the leveling requirements changed. No longer was your displayed rank tied to the level of your gear, and this meant that the seasonal artifact levels up on a separate XP scale to your season pass. This is the way it has remained for every seasonal artifact since, and this is my issue. The leveling requirements for these artifacts makes no sense. Every time a new expansion releases, you'll see veteran gamers and content creators talk about how to maximize your XP gains to get to that 5th column unlock on your artifact as quickly as possible. They typically aim for around season rank 40 or 41 to get everything, but that's just the problem. Since it's not tied to the season rank, it's only a rough estimate. I have an idea to make the artifact integrated to the season pass rank that would make the system work more fluidly, and also change the way you apply mods from the artifact itself. Change number 1. At season rank 1, you have the entire first column unlocked straight away. This contains your champion mods, allowing you to tackle Nightfalls, Legend Lost sectors, and master raids or dungeons without having to grind XP. At season rank 10, you unlock the second column. At rank 20, the third column, and so on. At exactly rank 40, you have unlocked all 5 columns on the artifact. This would apply to all of your character's artifacts, since season rank is account-based and not character-based. The idea here is simply to have the leveling for the artifact make more sense when compared to the season pass. Since it is already part of the seasonal expansion anyways, I think having a hard and fast rank to aim for is better than a mildly arbitrary XP value. Change number 2. As it stands, and as it has always been in Destiny 2's artifacts, you have a maximum of 12 points you can spend on mods from the selection, but you are required to spend a certain number of mods in order to unlock each column, meaning that by the time column 5 becomes available, you only have 2 mod points left. Now this of course is a sandbox balancing act. If Bungie allowed players to choose everything in the 5th column immediately, builds would be far too strong for nearly every single piece of content in the game. So my suggestion is this. Once players reach rank 40 and unlock all 5 columns, leave them unlocked, but change the cost of each column's mods. This would require the points total itself to change as well. Instead of 12 points with every mod costing exactly 1 point each, column 1 mods would cost 5 points, columns 2, 3 and 4 will cost 15 points each, and column 5 will cost 30 points. The points allocation would cap at 100. At rank 1 you have 15 points, rank 10 gives a further 15, rank 20 and 30 grants 20 more each, and at rank 40 you gain 30 points to bring you up to a total of 100. Now an easy thing to say here is, oh but this would make the player too broken. It wouldn't. Let me show you how this would work once everything is unlocked. If a player wants to get 3 column 5 mods, they would need to spend 90 points to do so, meaning they would get 1 extra column 5 mod compared to right now, but they wouldn't be able to afford any of the mods from columns 2, 3 or 4. You would only have enough for 2 column 1 mods. Let's think about it this way. In Episode Revenant, one of the strongest builds in the artifact is the combination of rapid reload, concussive reload, and kinetic impact, which together provide massive bonuses to your potential damage output with grenade launchers, something that became the hard meta for soloing the final boss of the new Vespers Host dungeon. But if you equipped Supernova, Conductive Cosmic Crystal, and Kinetic Impacts, you wouldn't be able to equip any of the other useful mods from the central columns. So this system still incentivizes using your points wisely rather than going straight for 3 column 5 mods. One might also think that this system would require Bungie to make all of these mods weaker, but it's actually the opposite. Right now, you can choose between 7 and 9 mods from columns 2, 3, and 4. 7 if you choose 2 mods from column 5, or 9 if you choose to gain 2 more from the middle. But with my system, you would only ever have a maximum of 6 mods from the middle columns, meaning if they wanted to, Bungie could make them all a little bit stronger, a la the tonic system from episode Revenant, but have the boosts integrated rather than dependent on another system. So that's it, my idea for how Bungie can shake up the way they provide seasonal artifacts to players and how the leveling and points requirements can be less restrictive without being super broken. Please let me know what you think of the current seasonal artifacts and my suggested changes in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and take care, Guardians.